Quick triple header video here, just letting you know some new updates on 3.18. First, I have here the sneak peek location that CIG put, showing that Area 18 would be where Invictus Fleet Week is going to be held. So put the dates starting on May 20th. And this is the exact location, right where you see the cardboard boxes to where I was just standing. And this food stuff was in the corner of the sneak peek. I'll put that up now. But it is at this location. And this location is right in front of the Habs, which makes a lot of sense. So for a pathfinding perspective, people that are logging in, making Area 18 their primary location, or if they log in after they've landed there, they will spawn in at the Habs, which are the Aria Falls apartments. Behind me. Hopefully I finally turn around. and they will be able to follow a path straight to the convention center. So in this, continuing on in this video, I'm going to show you the pathing from the location straight over to the convention center from the Adira Falls apartments. Now, the Adira Falls apartments have 4 elevating systems that mostly work. I have noticed that there's 2 more that tend to act up in the back. And if there is some that are more favorable than others, I'm actually going to cover that this year to try to give people an offer of pathing. On your way out, you have Casada, which is a clothing store, and Copy Blast ammo and weapons. Do remember that you do not need any type of weapons as Armistice Zone here at the Area 18 area. It's a large planetary landing location. Casada is a good idea, though, because you will have stylish clothes for the event. So always remember, if you're first spawning in, you're just going to be wearing your standard flight suit. And if you're new to the game, that's probably the only thing you have. Nothing stopping you, though, with the free 200k that CIG has handed out to everyone. To pick up some nice clothes, because they don't cost very much at Kasapa. As you walk across here, you'll notice that there is, if you've been familiar with Area 18, you'll notice that you usually hang a right here to go towards the spaceport, the Riker Memorial Spaceport. However, to the left is where the convention center shuttle is. So there'll be a second set of shuttles, as they've had in the past, that will take you over to the convention center. Up next is the ASOP terminals. I've noticed there's a glitch. Sometimes they don't come up as start. In the top right corner, if you hit the X button, you will be able to jump back. So if you see a blank fleet manager screen without your ships, hit the X button in the top right corner, then hit the thumb just like you'd normally walk up, and that will allow you to retrieve your ships. I've heard a lot of talking about how you can't get to ships, you can't get in ships, you can't fly ships, so I wanted to show just a little bit here. And you'll notice that it takes some time. If this stays blank and doesn't come up with it, remember that you still have your beacon. So in this case, you can see that my Ares Inferno is in Hangar 2. So it's both there and also on the screen. It's also useful if you didn't pay attention in the screen. Sometimes I get distracted myself. Something happens, spill something, whatever. It's right there. Apologies for the beep. So that's how it works. Sometimes the elevators will act up where they won't go there, or they won't open the doors. You can work all of that from that page. Everything might take 1 or 2 extra tries because the servers are a little iffy at this moment. If you noticed, I got to Hangar 2. The doors haven't opened, so I just hit Hangar 2 one more time on the elevator, which is already there, to get the doors to open. There's also the button at the bottom that you can work it through. This also goes for ship animations. When you get to the ship, you might need to hit the enterage twice, but just remember to take a moment. So see, wait a moment, and if you see all these animations happening, then your character will go up. A lot of times when servers are acting up, the animations are one of the first things to go, but it takes time. You'll also notice here when I'm finally in the seat, it took a moment for the glass to come down, the cockpit to fully set up with the, you can hear the ladder to the left of me going in, and now the it understands that I'm in the seat and I'm able to operate the craft. Sometimes just waiting a moment, not hitting the button 50 times can help you greatly, especially on toggle buttons or switches.
You are clear to launch.
As you can see, advanced cameras work just fine. Doors are working like normal. Remember, if there is an animation issue with the environment around you, you may hear the noises. That's usually your audio cue that everything's going the way it's supposed to go. And if the doors don't look like they're opening, this is a reminder from the past, you can still kind of gently go up to them at like 1 meter a second and kind of just see, nose check the ship against the gate and see if it's truly there still. I think the vertical ones is one time I've actually had to do that, and it turned out it looked like it was there, but it was not. That was quite a few patches ago, but it's still a thing.
Thank you. And please
I'm gonna take a moment here to thank my long-term subscribers. I make this content as much for you as I do for myself. And to anyone who hasn't subscribed, please consider subscribing. The Ares Inferno is like in a weird position right now. This ship is very strong with the ballistic changes that they keep hemming and hawing about whether they're going to be permanent or are they going to be temporary, or are they going to be something in between. But the ballistics being able to cut through shields is actually quite desirable. But obviously with the Inferno and all ballistics, they have limited amounts of ammunition when they're working correctly. So it does present an interesting fact. I have yet to run missions though and run out of ammo, especially if I'm not picking up like some huge event mission or something like Xeno Threat by myself or something. So you can see the contracts are working. You can see multiple different types, the locations, the amount of distance between them. I like that on a lot of them works. Some of those little quality of life things are some of the first things to go when it comes to issues with the server, at least in the past. That's one of many, many indicators that make me stop and worry, oh, is something right? Is something not right? But you can see here that the contract works, and then you'll see a beacon appear like normal. Quantum works just fine. And off we go. Okay, and I wanted to show you one last thing on the website. Now, I'm not going to cover every single thing on this page. It's a limited time event. It is something that is nice. The paints, by the way, you can get on their own, particularly the 400i and the 600i that are some of the more desirable ones can be picked up on their own. Just remember that you do not have to pick up a pack in order to get these. The MSR is also there, which is nice. However, there are packs, and I wanted to talk about these for a moment, these two specifically, because these extremely expensive ones have LTI included, but these two do not. And one of the things that has been helpfully pointed out to me by people that are looking at these packs and seeing the 6 months insurance on these limited packs, which may or may not be available when you're seeing this video, and this is something to keep in mind for future sales too. If you see 6 months insurance especially, that is not actually as big of a limiter as you think. I know it's kind of not the best. I understand that, especially for Warbond, for goodness sake. However, what you can do with this pack is if you convert any of the vehicles in this pack to something else through the CCU chain, if it has insurance attached, it will automatically give that insurance to everything in the pack. CIG's policy is the best insurance covers everything in the pack. So if there's anything in that pack that has a year or 2 or 10-year insurance, it's good enough for the whole pack. So right now, this is not me advocating for picking one of these up. These are expensive and whatever. But if you did pick one of these up, what I'd recommend is to get yourself out of the 6-month insurance hole by, if you have access to subscriber, what you can do is go to the pledge store, go to ship upgrades, and then in here you can take one of these vehicles, or you can take the MT specifically because it's the one not rare vehicle in that pack, and plus it's a ground vehicle, which is less than ideal. So you can search this, but whatever. Cyclone MT, and take it over to the subscriber options. So this month it happens to be the Freelancer Max, and there's a war bond and a non-war bond. And if you notice, they have 12-month insurance. If you pick up one of these with the special insurance package, it will increase the entire pack to 12 months insurance. Now, I am not advocating for gray market. However, if you do find something on the gray market for one of these vehicles, or if you CCU these vehicles to something else and then get a CCU from that vehicle to the next that carries 10-year, or even if you're really lucky, LTI, it will carry that to the entire package. But this right here is a clean way to do that without any gray market talk of any kind. And it can instantly double your insurance on that package. So just a little tip, and these are not limited. Just you have to have access to subscribers. So you could pick up the 10 USD 1 month access pass. When you go to subscriptions, it's like they try to push at the top the subscriptions, but below that there's an access pass that's 1 year or 1 month. You could pick the 10 USD 1 month, have access to the subscriptions, and you'll have access to this month's. And then when the beginning of next month into like the 6th of the month, I think it's like the first week of the month, they usually announce the new ship and have it available. So it might be an even cheaper ship or vehicle that you can upgrade to and enjoy that extra insurance. Additionally, if there's special events that have CCUs that are 2 year or more, well, that works just as fine. Anything that allows CCUs for subscriptions, and they have a special look to them, like I just showed a couple times, that community subscriber icon, and you can verify right there. It has the 12-month insurance. And that was my third tip for today. I just wanted to kind of go through a few of the things I'm experiencing on 3.18, on the game, on the site, and I wish you a wonderful Fortuna.